Small business owners, if you ask them, do you want more customers? They'll say absolutely. Do you say, do you want more money or more customers? And they get stuck. When I was working at my father's firm in the late 80s, we had a particular client come in. They were a US firm, but we were given an opportunity to work on the Canadian arm. It was a mechanical lock that usually went outside of condominiums so that the fire department could open up this little lock and access the main key. Supra, I think, was the name of the company. Don't hold me to the figures, but at the time, it was doing about $750,000 in sales, 750,000, 1978, and it had. We looked at the list. We did a recency, frequency, monetary value, and we graded their list. They wholesaled to. They had some retail, but they wholesaled to hardware stores, a couple of large developments, real estate firms, etc. So at the time, there was 300 to 400 customers doing $750,000. Again, this is just in Canada. Once we did the analysis and we were able to determine who their best customers were, over a 2-year period, we went from 400 customers and 750,000 in sales down to 35 customers and $3 million in sales. We actually demarketed. The information told us, get rid of basically 90% of the customers. Just stop serving them. And we were able to determine that their best customers were real estate boards, particularly in Alberta, that the Edmonton Real Estate Board, they were by far the number one customer. When doing open houses, they would buy them so that they could leave these locks connected to the door. But it was only through the analysis that we were able to determine what was a good customer. And it was shocking. And we realized you couldn't afford to sell 5 units to a Home Hardware in Yellowknife. We would never have been able to figure it out unless we actually looked at it: recency, frequency, monetary value. If you look in the picture, that's actually my sister, and it showed it showed the results. And as a kid, well, I wasn't a kid; I was probably 17 at the time. I was so impressed by this. I thought that was one of the greatest hacks I'd ever seen. And I think at that point, I was hooked on my father's direct marketing business.